Welcome students. During this class we will study about third mode of transfer of heat, that is convection. And in convection we will study about the process through which the heat is transferred to place. And in this transfer of heat there is no any type of the medium involved for the convection. For the radiation. Today's topic is radiation, and in radiation there is no any type of medium involved. In conduction, we have discussed in detail medium is involved, but in case of convection, medium is also involved, liquid and fluid. But in case of radiation, no any type of medium is involved for the transfer of heat from one place to another. The biggest example is the solar energy, which transfers with the process of radiation from sun to the surface of the earth. The example which I have quoted in the class, again I am repeating that there is a third option. First option was to hand over the marker for the teacher to first and so on, and this marker reaches up to the last one sitting in the back at the back. So everyone was sitting at its own place, medium was involved. It happens in case of solids, and the transfer takes place. Now the second one was the teacher himself walks. He is not involving anyone. He's changing his place, moving at the back side, and handing over his marker to the boy. So this was the second, that is convection. Now today we have a third one, that is called radiation. And what we'll do to understand the radiation, he will throw this marker directly, and the boy sitting at the last of the class at the back side of the class will catch it out. So there is no one involved in between the two. It is transferred from the first front of the class to the last of the back of the class. So no medium was involved. This is the same type of transfer of heat which takes place in radiation. No medium is involved in between the two. Without medium, heat can transfer. It is the mode of transfer of heat from one place to another form of waves and called electromagnetic waves without affecting the medium on its way. No medium on its way during the transfer of the heat from one place to another. So here it is. How does heat energy gets from the sun to the earth? This is the question. And answer is with the help of radiation, the amount of heat energy reaches from the sun to the surface of the earth. So there are no particles between sun and the earth. So it cannot travel by conduction or convection. These two processes are not involved for the transfer of the heat. So here this is called radiation. So explanation. In this process by which solar energy reaches Earth passing through the space, radiation in all times a continuous process around us. When the body is at higher temperature than its surrounding object, it emits more heat by the thermal radiation and absorbs less heat by the thermal radiations from the nearby object. So this is the main thing to understand. If the body itself is radiating at that time, the less and less amount of possibility is there that he will accept, the body will accept the amount of heat released by the other body. But keep in your mind, if there are two bodies in thermal contact with each other, then there is a principle or law, heat transfers from a hotter to colder body. And if you want to transfer, you have to give energy. If you have to do the in opposite, like you're doing in a refrigerator. Thus, the temperature, thus the temperature of the body falls. Similarly, emission of less heat by radiation and absorption of more heat by radiation causes the rise in the temperature of the nearby objects. An object, if that object is absorbing more amount of heat than it releases, so the amount of the temperature of that body will increase. So here are some examples. Heat from the fireplace. So heat does not reach us by conduction through air from the fireplace because air is a poor conductor of heat. Then how it reaches? Heat does not reaches us by convection because air getting heat from the fire does not move in all direction. Hot air moves upward and the fireplace from a fireplace. Heat from a fireplace reaches us directly by a different process in the form of waves called radiation. The sheet of paper or cardboard kept in the path stops these waves to reach us. Sometimes we do that if we are not interested to expose ourselves in front of the fire or the heat. We place some cardboard or any object. This stops the passage of motion of the heat waves to reach us. So dependence rate of radiation. On what the factors it depends? It depends. Radiations are emitted by all bodies. The rate at which radiations are emitted depends upon various factors. These are some of the factors on which the radiation coming from the bodies depends. Color and texture of the surface. And we will see during our next classes that what's the role of the color in case of radiation. If a body has to radiate or accept or absorb. Surface temperature. Surface temperature is also playing an important role for the rate of radiation. Surface area. Surface area also plays a very much important role in case of radiation. So here it is: heating, absorbing, and radiating. Heat absorbing and radiating. All the objects lying inside a room, including wall, roof, and floor of the room, are radiating heat. However, they are also absorbing heat the same time. At the same time, they are absorbing, and at the same time, they are radiating as well. So the temperature of the object is higher than the surrounding, then it is radiating. It's a very simple. If a body is more hotter than the other one, if you have kept a tea in the cup, the tea cup is radiating heat to the surrounding because it's more hotter and the surrounding is colder. This is the time when the cup is radiating heat to the surrounding. But when happens in case of if you have placed a glass of water in summer season and you are trying to get it from water from the refrigerator. Why? Because when you have placed the water in summer, the heat from the surrounding enters in the water, so it gets it warm. So this is the reason. The difference of the temperature means a lot. If an object is at high temperature, it radiates, and the other one it absorbs. This stage, the body is giving out amount of heat equal to the amount of heat it is absorbing. So absorption of heat. When temperature of an object is lower than its surrounding, then it is radiating less heat than it is absorbing. More amount of heat the body is absorbing. As a result, its temperature goes on increasing till it becomes equal to the surrounding. The rate at which the various surfaces emit heat depend upon the nature of the surfaces. Emission of the heat also depends on the surfaces through which it is emitted. So with this, our today's class ends. In this class, what we have done, we have discussed about the radiation, how the radiation reaches from the sun to the surface of the earth without any medium and in the form of waves. And this is called radiation. Explanation is body temperature means plays an important role for the radiation and absorption. So how the heat reaches from one place to another place, and what are the dependence of rate of radiation, color and texture of surface temperature and surface area. Radiation of the heat is playing an important role. If a body is absorbing heat, it means it's not only absorbing, it is also emitting some amount of heat, and it depends on the body temperature and the contact of body with the surrounding. So with this, today's topic ends. I thank you very much for your patience. Hope you people have understood.